Hi everybody, it's August 19, 2017. I will link below to this video. This is Kevin Modest, who is a member of, works with the California Brain Tumor Association. He also collaborates with 10 other groups. One of those groups, emfscientist.org, 220 doctors and scientists from 39 countries who have studied and now know the detrimental health effects from wireless technology. They have advocated for the use of the precautionary principle. They have advocated for strict standards, but that was years ago. That's all now out the window. We have been subjected 24/7 to dangerous wireless technology for a long time. And the results are in. Many people are having their health destroyed. Many people have died, but I want to focus on the nation's children. All right, adults, we all make our choice, right? Children don't have a choice. They're now being sent to dangerous microwave ovens that we call schools. Millions of children go off to school and sit in classrooms with Wi-Fi routers over their heads, with cell phone towers right on school property, looking at these electronic gadgets that emit dangerous frequencies. And we have so many adults who don't give a shit that these children are being destroyed. We have so many American adults who don't care. Oh my God, I did it again. I'm blaming Americans. For those of you who have left comments, who have said, I'm so sick of you blaming Americans, and you guys think that it's the elitist globalists who are doing this to us, not understanding the connection between our consent to having this nightmare unfold. You don't get the connection between your inaction and this nightmare unfolding? Really? I will blame Americans until my last day on earth. Because the sick elitist globalists, these psychopaths, they're not going to change. They are evil and they want evil. It's only up to the ordinary Americans to reverse this tide that we are now, that it's become a tsunami of evil. But just talking about these frequencies, and these children going off to these schools, and these parents who are handing their 2-year-old a cell phone when all of the evidence is in, and the jury has already rendered their verdict dangerous, especially to children. This has been going on for years. We permit it. We permit all of what is taking place. And yeah, there are times when I get really pissed, and you have heard me really pissed in videos. And then I get people leaving me comments saying, you really need to learn how to calm down. No, you need to learn how to get upset. Any adult who just goes on about their business, living their comfortable life, not caring about these children who are being irradiated with dangerous microwave frequencies Monday through Friday for hours and hours every single day. You don't care about them. This could all be stopped if teachers refused to show up, if teachers actually cared about their own health, showing up in these classrooms. They too being irradiated, and I know many teachers who know about the dangers. But oof, they're not going to give up their paycheck. Are you kidding? That would mean a disruption in their comfortable lifestyle. We Americans live for the moment. We Americans are little kids who are still wanting to be gratified immediately. And that gratification often comes in that paycheck. You don't think we Americans have to change? Parents, how many have I spoken to about the dangerous technology that they are handing to their children? Did they do any research? No. Don't tell me that they love and care about their children. Don't tell me that those parents will do anything to make sure that their children are safe. when they can't even spend 5 minutes doing some research to find out what this technology is doing to them? No, they actually gift to their children the technology that is destroying their health, their brains. Don't tell me that nothing is wrong with the American people. They are sick, very disturbed. Yeah, the well-adjusted to a profoundly disturbed society who never want to do anything except maintain their comfort. You can listen just to a few minutes of Kevin talking about what we are doing to our nation's children. And I will tell you, if you're an adult that doesn't care about what's happening to these children, then you've got to face yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what the hell happened to me that I don't care? That I don't do anything? Because frankly, and I've been saying this for years, all of us somehow have to summon up the courage to look those in the eye, those who are in our life, that are doing things to children to harm them. We all need to confront them. But Americans, they're so scared. They don't want to confront anybody. They don't want anybody to disapprove of them. So they make themselves complicit with the evil that is destroying all of us. And that's exactly what most Americans do. You know, this goes on every single day. And when you have that knowledge, and you just permit it to go on every single day, then there is something wrong with all of us here. And we do have to face ourselves. We've got to do that individual work to raise our consciousness and to begin to actually live and act and behave in ways that match what we speak of ourselves. We're good people, really. And you do nothing to help protect children? We are profoundly self-centered. We are profoundly immature. And we are profoundly dangerous. That's what we've become here. And if anybody thinks that they don't have to do anything to change how they're living, and then think that they're not partly responsible for this nightmare that unfolds. If anybody thinks that they don't have to change their ways, but at the same time they want a solution to this madness, these are incredibly lazy, narcissistic, self-centered people who just will not do a thing, but want somebody else to create that change. It is absolutely true that we must be the change that we want to see. So if you want the nation's children to stop being abused and neglected every single day, if you want teachers to stop abusing and neglecting these children every single day, if you want parents to stop abusing and neglecting their own children every single day, then you have to confront them. And if they don't do a thing, you need to tell them that they are seriously dangerous to children and walk away because they are sick and they are disturbed, and they will, if they never change, the consistency of their inaction to do anything will render them so on the side of evil that you will not want to be a part of their life. Yeah, it's very difficult to do this. You do have to summon up an awful lot of courage. And yeah, you do have to very often suffer the consequences, because people don't like to be confronted. They just like to live their comfortable life and just never hear anything. They just need applause. They need approval. They need to be told that they're good when they're not. And I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. Because children are absolutely being destroyed.
Young people, unfortunately, are using a lot of wireless technology right now. People need to understand that brain tumors and brain cancer is now the #1 disease for children 15 to 19. And from the age 15 to 29, the 3 most common diseases now are brain cancer, thyroid cancer, and testes cancer. And they all could be associated with wireless radiation exposure. How do you mean? Well, when a child holds a cell phone to their head, their brain gets a lot of microwave radiation through it, but also their neck gets a lot of exposure because the phone is so large. So that would explain the increase in thyroid cancer. And then the boys are putting their cell phone in their front pocket, and the testes are very sensitive to being microwaved, as you can imagine. And again, these phones are pinging to the towers about every 30 seconds. It's also the reason we don't want women carrying the cell phones inside their bras, because doctors are reporting very young women developing tumors in the exact location of the transmitter from their cell phone. So this is a very serious issue. We are basically microwave radiating our children. The same issue comes up in terms of Wi-Fi in the schools. Schools are now one of the most dangerous places in the country, given the number of wireless, two-way wireless transmitters that we have in each classroom. I know in Los Angeles, they're putting 20 to 40 microwave transmitters in one room. They're putting 2 or 3 wireless routers on each ceiling, and each classroom is located next to another classroom that has the same arrangement. And oftentimes there's a classroom below that classroom and above that classroom. So we are thoroughly microwave radiating our children and our teachers, and these children, and oftentimes pregnant teachers, are some of our most vulnerable of our population. So we are highly exposing our most vulnerable children from very early on, starting in kindergarten, all the way through the lifespan and as they develop neurologically. We know children are more sensitive, about 3 or 4 times more sensitive to all environmental hazards, because their neurology is more sensitive and they're developing. In the case of wireless cell phones, we know children's brains are thinner and the wireless microwaves pass farther through the head. And the American Academy of Pediatrics has said just this. And our safety guidelines, and people need to understand, our safety guidelines set by the FCC are not safety standards. Safety standards would have to be backed up by research, very rigorous research, that we have safety guidelines, and that we are relying on these inadequate thermally based safety guidelines to ensure the safety of this wireless technology that we know has thousands of studies showing harmful effects. This is
okay. Well, we've known this for years. So, you may think that we are not connected to this nightmare that we are living. But you tell me how it is that the teacher who goes in Monday through Friday and continues to receive their paycheck, you tell me how they're not connected to these children being abused and neglected and being harmed by the Wi-Fi that they are subjected to, these children who can't make a choice, the adults making the choice for them. You tell me how that teacher is not connected to this nightmare. You tell me how the parent who knows how dangerous this technology is, or the parent who refuses to engage in even a conversation about the dangers of this technology, won't do the research, but they send their child off to these schools. You tell me how that parent is not connected to this nightmare. Come up with some good reason. I'd love to hear it.